disappearing to nature and the surroundings, and actually, as a mayor, was so shocked to see that one because it is totally opposite from his idea. So he wanted to have the big monument of the town, whereas what I propose is totally different. It's merging to environment, almost disappearing to environment, but finally, I could persuade him. And this is view from the sky. From the sky it is visible, but because of this section, it is disappearing into the environment. And this is the entrance, very subtle entrance. And this is the center of the building. And after stepping up, they can see this kind of this view. And it's my favorite image. It's already disappearing into environment. And the second one is another example of disappearing into environment. This is the small museum besides Kitakami River. And the building is designed as part of the bank besides the river. And the section is again like that. This is entrance. The entrance is very important. Whereas some taxi driver couldn't find the entrance. This is a small plaza open to Kitakami River. And this is a museum part. And building is a kind of flaming into nature. Building itself is not as a monument, it's not as an object. I wrote the book titled Anti-Object after I designed this building. And the year 2000, I designed the Hiroshige Museum in up north area. And this is the facade of the building. The material I did use for this building came from the village. The roof is made by the wood from the forest of the village. And this is an entrance of the museum. And again, this entrance is very important. And here, we can see the layout of the building. The green part above is the forest of the village. And in Japan, we call this type of forest Satoyama. And Sato means a village, and Yama means a mountain, and the Satoyama means a village mountain. And we can think about the life before 19th century, we can find the importance of Satoyama for the village, because most of the material they are using came from the mountain, and also energy they are using came from the mountain. So they didn't have gas companies, they didn't have electric companies, they didn't have oil companies, so all the energy came from the mountain. And but they did for the mountain is to use the wood, use the forest very, very carefully, because the sustainability of the forest is the basis of their life. And so without the sustainability of forest, they could not survive anymore. And what they did is build a shrine at the edge of the Satoyama. You see the shrine. Because shrine is sending the strong message to the people. So if we cut all trees, we cannot survive. It's a message from Satoyama. And then the shrine and their life and the Satoyama as working together for creating this kind of the peaceful, sustainable life. But in 20th century, that strong lesson was totally forgotten. They sometimes abandoned shrine. In Japan, some of the shrines are already abandoned in 20th century. But what we did, and actually the shrine of this village was abandoned. And what we did is make the strong axis to the shrine to emphasize the shrine, emphasize the importance of the shrine, and as a museum, it should be the gate to the shrine and the gate to the Satoyama. It is the message for the museum. And this is showing the access to shrine, and that is the kind of approach is not usual for the museum, because the parking is here, and usually the museum's main entrance is facing parking, but we did opposite. The entrance should be facing Satayama, facing shrine, and then at the beginning, the mayor of the town again they could understand our idea, so we could persuade him to change the entrance. And this is the entrance. This is the entrance. Facing Satoyamas and directing the shrine, emphasize the importance of the shrine. And material also, so we try to use local material as possible as can. So we did use the cedar from the Satoyama, and for interior as well. The wall, the white wall, is made by washi paper. The material came from mountain, and also made by the craftsmanship of the village. And the stone is the same. So we found the quarry of the mountain, and we use the local stones. And local, this is the message of this museum. And aesthetically, what we apply to this is super juxtaposition, not separate. The overlay is every element, and then we can find the way to combine everything, integrate everything. And the next project is this experimental pavilion we did in Italy. In Europe, joint system is amazing. The basis of Japanese carpentry is avoid metal. And without any metal and without any nail, the people can fix those small units. And we worked with the carpenters, but we worked with the student on the site. In Italy, the Japanese student and Italian student worked together to construct this small pavilion. And after coming back to Japan, we tested the strengths of the structure in the universities, and finally, so we can build this 3-story building by the very tiny little unit. The dimension of the wood is 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. It is very similar to the dimension of furniture. This is much thinner than the dimensions for a building, whereas we could achieve the transparency and lightness by the tiny unit. And this is the ceiling. So some bigger structure, we also apply wood, local wood. This is a bleach. And bleach in 20th century is basically the steel or concrete bleach. But before 20th century, people were using wood for bleach. So we try to recover that kind of tradition. And sometimes the wooden bleach was covered by the roof. It is to protect the wood from the rain, and we did the same the design for the new bleach, because this space can be used for the new exhibition space. And then it's called the Wooden Bleach Museum. And for the same as the village, the name of the village is Yasuhara. There's Yasuhara in the Shikoku Island. And the Shikoku is not a big island, but still, it's a mountainside, the craftsmanship, the surviving, and we can find many interesting local material in Shikoku Island. And what I learned from that village, Yasuhara village, the thatch, the roof. And thatch was a very, very important material for construction in Japan before 19th century, and also for the forest, the material thatch. Suzuki is the main material for the thatch. Is very important for ecosystem of the forest. And we try to apply this the important material to the contemporary hotel. And luckily, we could work with the craftsman. And the craftsman for thatch is almost disappearing in Japan. But we could find one craftsman. He's 75 years old at that time in the village, and he taught us how to use thatch for this building. It is thatch block. For insulation of the building, the thatch is very effective, and the thatch is also working as a part of ecosystem. And after using thatch for the building, after 30 years, the thatch is shrine is sitting in front of Sakya. And the Starbucks usually, the Starbucks shops are usually designed by the in-house designers in Seattle as a state, where they came to us to design special Starbucks for a special place. And what we propose is this kind of a structure system. This is not a decoration. And to use this kind of unit for the structures is not easy for construction, because and every joint should be fixed tightly, and then the construction took 2 years. It is very different. The normal Starbucks is 3 or 4 months, they complete everything, but this Starbucks is 2 years. But finally, it became the most famous Instagram space among the Starbucks shops, and then they are very happy to see that kind of result. And next is Sunny Hills, Japan. Maybe you know Sunny Hills pineapple cake. And this shop is sitting in the Aoyama area, in Tokyo. Aoyama area is a kind of the low-rise residential areas, and then we want to use the wood for the shop. And also to use the hinoki wood can show the philosophy of Sunny Hills. And to use pure natural material is the philosophy of Sunny Hills, and we want to show the respect to that kind of philosophy in the shop. And as a structure system of this Sunny Hills is more complex than Starbucks. Starbucks is 1-story building, but it's a 3-story building as made by the similar system. And this is showing the system as of the structure of the building. And it's simply said it's a 3-layer system. And 2-layer system is slidable, but 3-layer system cannot slide. And then it is fixing. Can fix the whole system. The carpenters of Japan call this kind of system as jigoku gumi. Jigoku means a hell, the gumi is a joint. The jigoku gumi means a hell joint, because the jigoku gumi is an extreme strong joint, and they cannot come back. It's a very good jigoku gumi. And it looks like the forest is a town. It is a dense town in Tokyo, we think, so we can create a kind of forest. Another example of forest is in front of Asakusa Sensoji Temple. Asakusa Sensoji Temple has this interesting gallery space, and in front of the temple we designed this building. And as a condition of the building, requirement is 40 meters high building, 7-story building. And it's not easy as a requirement, because this is a very tall as a volume, looks like the normal as a commercial building. I mean, instead of design the normal 40 meters high building, we divide the volume, articulates the volume, and finally, the 7 wooden houses stacked and then assembled, and each spaces space of private wooden house. And the material-wise, so we use real cedar for the facade of the building. And the space between the roof and the floors was used for the machines. And at that time, so we should use the steel as a frame for the main system, because the regulation didn't allow to use wood for the main frame. But now, so after 6 years, so we currently we can use wood for the main system of the building. And this is a small theater on top of the building, and rooftop, and we have this is outdoor terrace. And this is showing the contrast of the 400 meters towers and the intimate building. So intimacy and softness should be the basis of future city, as we think. The National Stadium, as it was used for the main stadium of Olympic 2021, is sitting beside the forest in the Tokyo. And what we propose is, it's a long story. I was born 1954. So at the age of 10, the first Tokyo Olympic was held, and Kenzo Tange, was a famous architect at the time, designed the Yoyogi Stadium. His beautiful Yoyogi Stadium as a concrete structure and very monumental shape. It was very impressive. And my father brought me to the Yoyogi Stadium. I was at the age of 10, and I was so shocked. This was totally different from normal building. At that time, Tokyo was not the Tokyo like 2021. Tokyo was a small, intimate as a place. So the houses were the basically protagonists of the Tokyo 1964. The Kenzo Tange's building, vertical and very monumental, impressed me. And on that day, I decided to become an architect. Luckily, I could design the 2021 Olympics. And but what I thought is what I should do for 2021 Olympic should be totally opposite from Kenzo Tange did 1964 Olympic. 1964 Olympic is an event for concrete and steel. As Japan 1964 wanted to show the level of technology on the time. But 2021, we should show that Japan is a country of wood. Japan is a country of forest. So what is the goal of 2021 design? And we did use the wood from 47 prefectures of Japan. And Japan is not a big country, and then people outside Japan usually don't understand diversity of Japan. But I want to show the diversity of Japan. Japan has rich diversity. North and south is very different. And Hokkaido, ski and the forest is different. And Okinawa is totally different, tropical also. And then I want to show the 47's prefectures diversity. And actually, if you look carefully, you can find the difference of color and texture of wood. And this is the south gate. And then south gate we did use the wood from south prefectures, Okinawa, Kagoshima, Kumamoto, Nagasaki. And north gate area we did use wood from Hokkaido and Tohoku, Aomori, that kind of the area. And then we can show the But section-wise, this section is a section of the temple of Asia. And so for the rooftop area, so we designed this promenade, public promenade. And this part is open to public, and it's different from normal sports stadium. Normal sports stadium is totally enclosed, and nobody can access to the sports stadium in the normal days. But this stadium, so we designed this public space open to the community the 24 hours. But actually it is not so easy because the homeless is still, even in Tokyo, the homeless is a big problem. Now it's not 100% open, it's open only the limited day. But my dream is someday, so we can open it up 24 hours a day, so 365 days to the community. And this is a nighttime views from the promenade. And this is the interior of the stadium. And basically, the natural ventilation is very, very important. And the louvers, wooden louvers for the facade is designed to bring natural breeze to the building. And here, on the top, also we cut the roof to provide, to bring natural wind. And another character of this interior is this multiple color seat. And it looks like it's full of people. But actually, the Olympic was held in the time of COVID, and no people is allowed to the city. But looks like full of people is important. Some athlete told me, we are very happy to have this seat. And normally, the people can give the energy to the athlete. But the vacant stadium is totally vacant, but still, we can feel the energy, they said. And this is another good thing for this interior design. And wooden structures and photovoltaic panels is integrated. And at night time, the same. It looks like full of people. It feels the energy of people, but unfortunately, is nobody allowed to get in. We have this kind of feeling. And the street between the wooden louvers is to bring natural wind to the interior. And also the dimensions of the wood is all the same. 10.5 centimeters by 3 centimeters is a section of wood. And 10.5 centimeters is a magic number in Japan. As the Japanese wooden houses, the size of the column is mostly 10.5. And then we are living in the forest of 10.5. So that dimension is very familiar to us. And actually, I was born in the old wooden house. My house was built before war. And the columns are all has same dimension, 10.5 centimeters. And then the dimensions and our life are totally integrated. And this is a kind of Japanese system. And then in China, we designed this hotel in the year 2002, completed 2002, and this old great bamboo wall, because it was built besides Great Wall in China. You see the Great Wall still It's a new project in China. It's Yixin. Yixin is famous for ceramic. Yixin is here. And they came to us to design the ceramic museum working with this kind of material. And we worked with them. The doors are the factory of ceramic, and the museum is in the center. And what we propose is the museum is like the hill of ceramic, totally. And they try to bring the diversity of color of ceramic. From the sky. And that's color-wise, ceramic color is naturally merging to the environment. The merging to the trees, the merging to the field, and merging to the river. And we don't want to cut the people's the movement, and the people's activity and the activity with the museum is integrated. We made use of bamboo for the soffit of the building. This is the interior. And the structure of this museum is wood. The surface is totally ceramic, but the structure is wood. And in Europe, Europe has a different context, different history, but recently they also want to have natural local material. It's a project in France. The Besançon is the name of the place, and our proposal for this project is preserve old bricks factory and to add the wooden structure on the brick factory. And this space is most important, and we call this kind of space Engawa space. Maybe you know Engawa. Engawa is between building and garden in Japan. And the Engawa is as a kind of as a space for integration, a space for connection. This is Engawa space, and we also designed as a small creek beside building. And as a small creek, we call it the biotope, and it is as a space for insects, and the birds are coming to the place, and to bring nature to the building is a key for our space. And again, same as the Hiroshige Museum I showed you before, is we cut the building to connect the strong corridor which connect city side and nature side. This is this corridor. And the screen is again, it is controlled wind and the natural light. And we call this kind of effect the Komorebi effect. In Komorebi But our dream is to have the big green forest in the city. And the carpet wall is also made by wood. And this is the approach to the other district of the city. And usually the big railways and the big station separate the city. We try to avoid that kind of separation. And this is Adrian, for both metro lines. It's all wood and very peaceful, and there's a very intimate feeling was created in the metro station. President came to the openings, and it's June 6, 24, it's just before Olympics, and also his political position was very, very difficult at that time. But he came to the opening, and politician is always laughing in that kind of situation. And it's a torch relay for the Olympic. And in Scotland, UK, we designed the building inspired by the beautiful sea cliff close to the site. The beauty of Scotland is basically the wildness of nature in north of the island. And we push the building into the river, and we try to create a new relationship between nature and the humanity. And the sea cliff is the roughness and wildness of sea cliff is taught me many things. And again, we cut the building to have the corridor to connect city and environment. And this is a kind of man-made cave. So, and the history of humanity started from cave, and we feel a special nostalgia to the cave. And outside is a secret, is very rough and wild. The interior is intimate and softness by local oak, Scottish oak we use for building. And there's a nickname of the place. The museum was a living room for the city. And now we propose this word. The museum should be the living room, not only for art, not only for artists. This is our idea. The public space in future should be the living room for the big city, because we need that kind of living room, and they like it. And also the prince and princess who came to the opening, and as other places in Europe, we propose that kind of building, especially Denmark is known as the beautiful wooden furnitures, and we propose a wooden building for Hans Christian Andersen as a born place. He was born in this small city in Denmark, and this is not the city of skyscraper. We propose is low silhouette park merging into the environment. And we didn't want to have the barrier, the wall. But this is LRT lines, and this is big engawa, is with the white ceramic porcelain, the Portuguese. Portuguese, like Ishin, the Portuguese is famous for the beautiful white ceramic tiles. We did use that material for the roof, and for the soffit, we did use Portuguese wood. And this is another angle. There's no interior space. And interior space and the exhibition space is under the angle. And what we propose is very natural space as where people can feel nature and we can feel the wind. And the president of Portugal came to the opening, and he also loved the word engawa. And engawa is very easy to pronounce in Portuguese, and it is called engawa in the city. This is the relationship between engawa and garden. And in state, so we designed the museum for Japanese garden in Portland. And again, so we want to make the monument. We want to create some spaces between the roof and also open exterior and interior like that. And in Singapore, in Asia, so we are designing some so-called monument that is totally against the idea of monument. It is a monument for the founders in Singapore. The Singapore founder Lee Kuan Yew, it is a memorial for him. And this is selected by international competition. The other entries is proposed the big monument because very symbolic sculptural monument because he is the very monumental person. But our idea is design the monument as a part of park. Margin to the park is our proposal. And then finally, luckily, we are selected. He is the founder of the Singapore of the skyscrapers, but at the same time, Singapore is a grand city of skyscrapers, but at the same time, Singapore is a country of green. And then we try to emphasize that side of the Singapore. And besides those bigger projects, in the last few minutes, I want to show a small project. It is one small project, my favorite small project. It is a trailer house, a little trailer house. It is a proposal for new lifestyle in countryside. Normally, a trailer house was made by metal, but using wood can give the totally opposite impression. The new nomadic life in nature can be realized by this kind students work together, and 15 students drink together and sleep together in this house. And our idea is, if some disaster happens, so we can make our house by ourselves. And if we can carry this umbrella, we can make our house by ourselves. This is a new type of refugee house. And the water branch is another experimental project exhibited in MoMA, New York. We got a hint from this polytank. This title of the exhibition. And what we propose is a kind of cell for the body. Because one cell can be the unit for every element of house. Yes, it is showing the water flows. And the water flows to control temperature properties. And again, we work with a student to make this kind of experimental pavilion. And finally, it's a completion. And last project actually today is small wooden block. The tsumiki means wooden block in Japanese. And tsumiki is as a traditional definition is block. This is very European. It's like the brick or the stones or better. As in Asia, so we can propose another type of wooden block. Is our idea. It is not solid block. It is a kind of tree branch. The branches can assemble together to create this kind of man-made forest. And as in Asia, we can propose another type of sustainability. And sustainability is with our humble attitude to environment. So humbleness is very, very important for Asia, and humbleness can be applied